All is not equal in the nation's capital when it comes to grocery stores. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says thousands of D.C. residents have limited access to them. It makes it a challenge to stock their refrigerators with healthy choices. Our Larry Miller shows us this disparity called a grocery or food desert and how it impacts one woman's journey just to get food on her table.
I climb over that fence, sir.
You climb over the fence?
Yes, yes.
It's not every day you see an 82-year-old woman climbing over a wall with a cane.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But for Miss Lucille Tibbs, it's just your average trip to the grocery store. All right, let's back up.
This is a hassle.
It's a hike for Miss Tibbs to get groceries once a month for a few reasons. She relies on public transportation, and she also lives on the east end of town, Ward 7 specifically, which has a limited number of grocery stores.
Careful where you're walking.
Ward 7 is primarily African American with a median income of $39,000 a year. Between Ward 7 and 8, there are only 3 grocery stores for more than 148,000 people. Compare that to Ward 3, which is primarily white, a median income of nearly $110,000 a year. With a little more than 83,000 people, you'll find 9 grocery stores in just that ward alone.
We'll go to the little one on this side.
When getting to the grocery store is just too much of a hassle.
This might be closed. Oh, but now the other one is back up across the street.
Miss Tibbs relies on her nearby convenience store.
Sometimes I have to find pennies to put together to come around here to get something. Hi, how are you?
We stopped by one, 2 blocks from her house.
If I were coming here to do a grocery shopping, it would be a little bit more than at the Safeway. I would say $5 or $10 more. Now, I'm not going to pay $7 for no 5 pounds of flour. Okay, all right.
Has this made you consider leaving the area at all?
No, because I like where I live. I don't have to go too far for the bus, to get on the buses.
A 2016 report by DC Hunger Solutions, an advocacy and policy organization, said that the district's grocery stores are unevenly distributed, leaving lower income African Americans east of the river without equal access to quality food. Ward 7 Councilman Vincent Gray says potential grocers are reluctant to settle east of the river because of concerns about profit margin and the cost of operation.
I looked at some of the costs of operation from some of the stores that are there, and they have been running some deficits. So this is an effort to try to make the deficit argument moot.
3 bills, 2 of which received the green light from the City Council, offer incentives in an effort to attract new grocers, like reducing the property tax rate, expanding the length of tax deductions from 10 to 30 years, and giving grocers a new building for their operation. So far, the councilman has had conversations with 3 grocery chains about the plan, but it's still in the early stages, and no company has signed on yet.
I know that there are a number of people who've made the argument that this may be racial, but I think it's different in this instance. I think it's a situation where the economics haven't induced some of these folks to be able to locate on the east end.
They are closed.
But until a grocery store opens closer to her home, Miss Tibbs has to endure the long commute. Eventually, we made our way to the bus stop and waited 15 minutes
Oh, here it comes.
for the 92 Metro bus.
Okay, thank you.
The bus driver was kind enough to help Miss Tibbs with her cart, and once on, we began our trek to Safeway.
What kind of cart is this? Where you get this cart from?
Costco's.
After about 20 minutes on the bus, we got off.
Come on, we're going to go down this way.
I grabbed the cart this time, and we made our way to the grocery store.
Now, we can go around or we can jump over the fence. I climb over that fence,
You
sir.
climb over the fence?
Yes.
Once inside,
Excuse me.
Miss Tibbs was all business.
All right, let me get my list out.
She went aisle to aisle getting the items on her list. And remember that 5-pound bag of flour at the convenience store for $7? Well, she found a 5-pound bag of flour at Safeway too.
Now, this is gold medal. This is $3.39. Am I reading that right?
Yes, less than half the price.
I have finished now.
40 minutes in the store, and Miss Tibbs got everything she needed for the month.
Say we left the house at about 12 noon. It's
Uh-huh.
1:17 and we still haven't even made it back home yet.
See? And then now we got to wait on the bus. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The bus was a lot more crowded on the way back. It was a challenge to keep her large cart out of the way of other passengers.
Thank you.
Another 20-minute trip, and we were back at the bus stop near her home.
Miss Tay, you better than me. This thing's heavy as hell.
I know it. I know it is.
A nearly 2-hour trip just to get groceries. Ms. Tibbs says that what we encountered was an average trip. She says the commute is tough for someone her age and hopes that with all the new construction going on near her house, someone would build something everyone needs.
If we could get a better store down on this end or round the corner, that would be the biggest thing down and round in the neighborhood. All righty, okay.
I did reach out to both Safeway as well as Giant to learn more about the metrics they use in opening up a grocery store. Neither organization said they would talk about their metrics, saying that it's confidential. It's also worth noting that DC Hunger Solutions suggests that instead of opening up a large-scale grocery store, a smaller community-based grocery store also works as a viable option. And we've since learned that Good Food Markets, which owns other stores around town, will be opening up a location sometime in 2019, which would give Ward 8 its second grocery store. If you want to learn more about this new opening, we're going to post that information on our website, WUSA9.com. I'm Larry Miller, WUSA 9.
Also on WUSA9.com and on our app, more of Ms. Tibbs' journey to the Safeway and an interactive map that lets you explore where the grocery stores are in D.C.